Welcome back, guys, to Trails into Reverie, where we begin our third week, our third session, with an invitation to head to the ancient battlefield from old friends. Speaker McDowell is healing up, Mayor McDowell, whatever we call him now, as we head out further. The only consideration I have at this point in time is there more dialogue, was the next question I was going to ask. But before then, I was going to say, the only thing I can think about between sessions is that I probably should just buy a lot of fishing bait. I don't know if I did last session or not, but fish is a bit of a thing. I wonder what the so-called Supreme Leader is up to. Source told me he's like a completely different person he was during the war. That's another lead to follow up on. I don't know if we've got new dialogues here or not. Oh, it's you. I can't thank you enough for all the help you've given us. It was nothing. Really don't mention it. Just don't forget those specific meds lose their potency when it's warm, so watch out. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I will. Is it me or do you have a knack for this? This isn't your first time providing medical care, is it? Who knows? As enigmatic as ever. I don't know. Maybe it's new dialogue? Oh, we just did scenes after all. But everyone's still in their relatively same positions. How do we find out if we've done them or not? That's a question for me at the moment. This clinic was open to primarily help long-term patients complete their rehab. It's also equipped to help people that check in with minor ailments as well, though. Such as Speaker McDowell, for instance. His condition is the most serious among the current patients. We're more than prepared to treat him, so don't you need worry. I'm a surgeon, whereas Liston specializes in internal medicine and has experience handling supplies as a former army doctor. Rest assured that everyone here is in good hands. I think we're good. There's a little bit of a sample. But unfortunately, yeah, you can say that new dialogue isn't a blue dialogue bubble, but that's not always. Double dialogue is hidden behind grey bubbles. We just got Lecter in the group too, haven't we? But I'm pretty sure that these guys are saying the same thing. So let's go buy, sell ourselves some fish. But yes, unfortunately they don't have the programming for double dialogue. Correct. So we can buy fish here if I'm right in saying. Fish, bait. We did buy 7. Should I buy even more? How much money do I have? I feel like 7 is not enough. I'll just spend all my money on bait because fish is the thing. Now let's go out and catch that fish we couldn't catch on the high road, yeah? On the old Armorica road even. I feel like I'm not being good enough at like looking around and trying to find stuff. But head to the ancient battlefield we shall we? Huh? What's this strange feeling? Shooting to continue will cause the main story to advance. It will also not be possible to go any further in Lloyd's story for a brief period. Okay. Seems I left it a bit, so we can't go... Wait, the story advances and we can't go forward? How does that work out? Go forward, can't advance. Is something wrong, Lloyd? Oh, sorry, I thought I sensed something strange, but it must have been my imagination. Wait, why does my pocket feel bulkier all of a sudden? A mirror? How peculiar looking. Where did you find it? How did you not notice it? Not sure. I've never seen it before. Strange as it sounds, it just appeared in my pocket out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't just happen. I'm guessing one of the village kids slipped in your pocket as a prank. Maybe, but I doubt any of them could pull it off without me noticing. Yeah. But if that's not it, then how did it get in my pocket? I can't even hazard a guess. I feel as though I have it for a reason. It's so bizarre. Where could it have come from? Progress in Lloyd's story has been locked for now. We just started again. Progress in one or both of the other stories in order to continue. Oh.
Trails to walk. You cannot go out.
Well, that is correct. It's the way the arrow... Oh, it's behind my thing. It looks like the arrow's pointing the other way, so I was pressing the wrong D-pad button. So that's locked now. So we got to go to another story. Seas or Reans? I mean... Just because we did Seasford last time doesn't mean it's a good reason to do Seasford this time. I don't know. So one of these stories has something locked behind it. One of these has stuff hidden away. Flip a coin. Right, I've got an American coin. $0.25. Randomly. If it's heads... What the hell is tails for $0.25? It's a ram. If it's heads, it's Rean. If it's rams, it's C. It's heads. Read it is. Sure. Don't ask me why I've got $0.25, by the way.
We're finally here.
Damn, is it 10 already?
Sure is. Heimdallr's pretty far from Ymir.
Our next target shall be the Muck and Mire that gathers in the Vermillion City.
The Vermillion City C mentioned can only be Heimdallr. But the capital is gigantic. We're going to need some way to narrow our search radius.
You ask me, the racecourse in the Garnier district seems suspicious.
Do they now?
I know. I'll save having fun till our work's done.
I'd be happy to take you anywhere you like once we've ensured Prince Olivert is safe. As long as it's not the kind of shady businesses I know you want to go to.
I gotcha. Can't very well go to him in uniform.
That's not the problem here, Ash.
We can go for dessert though, right?
Of course. It'll be on me even. Just focus on the investigation first. Let's start with Lady Arie since she's agreed to speak with us.
To the training hall in the Leica district we go then.
Vermillion Muck and Mire, eh? I guess. The morning after learning from Major Claire of Crossbell's occupation, we set about discussing how we should act. She got a promotion. We also established contact with all the members of Class 7 that we could to inform them of the situation. First, there was the matter of Crossbell itself. We knew from the Major's intel that it was under the control of the former Governor General and his Ebon Defense Force. Anxiety over the region's welfare gnawed at us, but as it had been isolated from the outside world, we had no way to learn more. Indeed, there was little we could do on that front for the time being. Got literally invade, after all. Then there was the matter of the search for Prince Olivert and his wife. Their whereabouts remained unknown. Furthermore, the Round of Seven system we had used to stay in touch over long distances relied on an artifact stored on the Courageous II. And with the airship stolen, that method of communication was lost to us. Our only clue then was the message sent to the Intelligence Division by C. Vague as it was, the information was undoubtedly our best lead in unraveling the mystery of the prince's disappearance. With hope on the horizon, we set about dividing ourselves into several groups. Major Claire and Yuna agreed to head east to get a handle on the situation in Crossbell. Meanwhile, Lord Matthias and Kurt would head west and rendezvous with the students of the Vander School. Muse volunteered to return to the branch campus to meet up with the principal and her fellow students, as well as seek help from other sources. The others would all find ways to play to their strengths in aiding our cause. Meanwhile, I was to bring Altina and Ash with me to Heimdallr to follow the trail left to us by C's message. That's a lot of splits.
That is basically our situation as it stands. His Excellency also asked us to tell you that he hopes you'll be able to look after the hall in his extended absence.
Thank you for updating me on everything going on.
It's the least we could do. Your husband did a lot for us.
More like put us through the goddamn ringer.
All while shrugging off our attacks like we were nothing more than a bunch of buzzing mosquitoes. He sent Kurt flying off a cliff, too. I found him quite terrifying.
I do hope he didn't leave you with any lasting trauma. Still, his is a measured hand. If he came at you that fiercely, he trusted you could handle it. I hope you can understand that he only did what he did because he saw potential in all of you.
We do, don't worry. Yeah, could tell he wasn't acting with any ill will. If anything, I'm the one with a reputation for being a stern disciplinarian around here. Based on how often I see my students quake at the knees, I'd wager they fear me more than my husband. We caught wind of that when we were here for one of our field exercises. Kurt's got some monster parents. Surprised the guy ain't half Martian or something. In the time I spent with him, it was clear there was much more to him than his stern presence on the battlefield. He was kind enough to share some wisdom with me too. Was he now? He's a man of few words, so that's very unusual. I can't picture that happening at all. Same here. Please don't speak rudely about the man in front of his wife, you two. Don't worry, I appreciate their honesty. Still, I'm glad to see that you all seem even more united as a class than you did when you were last here. Do continue to look after my Kurt, won't you? Of course. We would even if we weren't asked to. And if he wants help getting into the good kind of trouble, I'm his guy. Getting back to why we're here, has anything out of the ordinary happened in the capital recently? The students who were here have split up across Erebonia to search for information on Prince Oliver's whereabouts. As such, I'm not as well informed on the situation here in Heimdallr as I would be. But there is one thing I feel is worth mentioning. What is that? It feels as though there are more people coming and going than there should be. Especially given how there are no festivals or celebrations here around this time of year. It's making the capital feel more restless than usual, differently from how it did during the summer festival. It's as though there's something stagnant in the air. I'll be glad to not have to deal with any more Calvard spies like at the festival, that's for sure. The stagnant air is all you're gonna get in the city to begin with. You feel anything out of whack, Schwarzer? Not especially, if I'm honest. I'm guessing it's a relatively slight difference, ma'am? Yes, it may even just be my imagination. You've lived in Heimdallr for a long time. If something feels amiss to you, it likely is. We'll keep that in mind as we investigate. I'm sorry I can't provide you with any more concrete information. There is one thing I can do, however. I'd like to introduce you to someone dependable to aid your investigation. Oh? Well, I say introduce, but you in particular know her very well. She should be here any moment now. Ah, there we are.
May I come in?
I think I know who that is.
I suspected as much.
By all means.
Elise.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all again. The same to you.
So she's our little helper, huh?
Indeed. Sister to Rean, friend to Princess Alphen, and head of St. Astraya's student council. The noble Elise Schwarzer herself.
The princess and Muse have already apprised me of the situation, so I spoke with Lady Aurier and volunteered to aid you upon your arrival. I apologize if my behavior strikes you as meddlesome, but I am certain that I will be able to aid you in your investigation. You do know more about the capital than any of us.
You're not coming, and that's final.
But
Out comes the big brother.
There's still far too much we don't know about the situation here. Given that our enemies pilfered the name of the Imperial Liberation Front, we could very well be dealing with terrorists. Involving a civilian in this would be downright irresponsible.
so I'm just a civilian, am I? Just a no-good student without a mote of power to her name?
That's not what I'm trying to...
Oh, I think it is. But even leaving that aside, your blunt dismissal misses an important point.
And what point is that?
That the situation at hand doesn't relate to me, when I am Princess Alphen's dearest friend.
But that is that, and this is... this.
As we speak, she is racked with worry over her brother's well-being. Yet, as the matter is confidential, she has to feign a smile and act as though everything is normal. She cannot cast her responsibilities aside and aid in the search herself either. And because she cannot, I will do so in her place. If I just sit by idly while she suffers in silence and do nothing to alleviate her burden, I won't be fit to call myself her friend ever again.
Elise.
Looks like you lose this one, Schwarzer.
You realize both of them are Schwarzer in this context.
If I may, I think you would do well to put your trust in her here. Her skill with a rapier is formidable.
That may be so, but
I have toiled long and hard to master the art of fencing passed down through our family. Of late, I have even grown under Lady Aurier's tutelage. And far from letting my pen rest while my sword hand improves, I have overcome many a challenge as student council president. I am no longer a cowering child in need of your protection, dear brother.
all right. Ash called this one right. You win.
Then...
We'll be glad to have your assistance. But if things get dangerous, I want you to do as I say. Deal?
Deal!
I wish you all well in your investigation. Please, do be careful. Should I catch wind of anything you hear, I'll let you know immediately.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Then let us set off. I will do my best not to overextend myself and leave you all to carry the burden. But please, if you are truly in need, I hope you won't hesitate to tell me. For even I possess a strength that you can lean on.
Thanks. It's good to know you've got my back.
And the feeling is mutual.
It's Schwartzers and Co. now. Right, well, we have Sister in the party here. Water spells, etc. You're kind of like overlapping a little bit here. They do the same function. Hey, Elixir. Water elemental magical. Attack crafts drop Sepith. 80% chance. All stats raised when HP is low. Oh, that's okay. All the ones we had before there. So the counter attacks are here. So we can switch it up if you want to, like offensive art steal critical damage instead of getting extra Sepith. But if we get extra Sepith, we can get extra good. So what would I rather you with? Same ATS, lower speed, lower strength, more EP. Maybe we should just keep you with what you've got, because otherwise it seems a bit mean to completely switch you up. You've got arts do critical damage, you've got Brigid, and you've got Scald. Boost break damage with higher HP. Big old helixes. Right, do we actually have any attachments for you guys? Yeah, I was going to say. They're going to be a bit weird. I don't know. Why do I even call them attachments, by the way? And one really to put the thingy on. Freeze, Petrify, Faint onto you then. You've got CP gained up. You've got all the good stuff. Preventing Seal then. And I will give you 2% evasion, which is completely useless on you. It's probably best on Rean, to be honest. Here, have 2% evasion. That'll work nicely. Yeah, thank you for gifting a sub yet again. And for all the subs you do gift. Right, gather information in each district. It looks like we've gone from the shorter route-based journey in Lloyd's Act 2 to a massive patrol. Let's get underway, shall we? Hey there! I'm staying back to support Lady Aurier to be a point of contact for the others if they find anything out. Van and Raythorn are out in the field. They'll be up to their ears in these soon. Trust. Anyway, good luck with your search, dude. I don't like this guy. Together, I'm sure we'll have His Highness back in no time. We'll be sure to do our part. Count on it. Ah, that spelling of dude. Just D-U-D-E's fine. Most of the other students have left the capital. It's just Lady Aurier and me here on the home front. Anyway, good luck with your search, dude. Together, I'm sure we'll have His Highness back in no time. I forgot that you just like yeah. Take care out there, everyone. I'll look into what is causing this disturbance from my end. Do what you can to support your brother and his friends in the meantime, Elise, alright? But of course. No double dialogue for you then. I'm going to the banquet hall for no apparent reason. What if there's a banquet here? I need it. Or a fancy sword. This door is locked. I'm not allowed to be nosy anyway now. Oh my god. This is the capital city as well, which means it's absolutely massive. I don't think it's Crossbell side. Well, at least the cat's still here. It's Prime. Meowtimus Prime. I wasn't expecting to find a cat up here. I see quite a bit of grey in his whiskers too. Hey, shaming. I believe he's a stray that the students adopted after he started living here. Oh, they must really take good care of him. Meow. Good old Prime. We need cats. Are there people who don't dislike dude being spelled D-E-W-D? It's like... you haven't altered the word at all. You still get the same ending sound. What's the point? I know it's a Nisa thing, though. Oh, yeah. D-O-O-D. No. Let's see. What to do next? We have to meet up with the rest of our friends who've come to the capital. But there's still plenty of time before our scheduled gathering. No point in rushing then. Shall we patrol the districts and gather some intelligence? That way we can meet with the others along the way. Given your familiarity with the area, that certainly sounds like the most efficient plan. That reminds me. Apparently the violin nerd we're supposed to meet up with is from here. Violin nerd. Right. Ellie hasn't been on tour, so he's been working in the city. Marcus is from the capital too. It's fine. He's got a massive shotgun. He'll be fine there. Marcus, Elisa, Toa, and Sharon. I hope they're doing all right. I'm sure they are. But now let's focus on what we can do. You're right, Rean. My god, I just remember like Macias is there and Dudley's there. It's a big like bang bang bang. Like who really wants to mess with that? Sergei's there. You've got like the gun squad. I think they'll be fine. They've got Sharon. When I got drafted, I was shocked by how wimpy I was. I really ought to work out. That way I could at least protect my own self. And we got Elisa there who could tell people to go up in flames. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're near the library, right? Or the Imperial Museum. Sorry, it's not the library. I just remember that Dorothy's there. So it's the library, really. Talking about her boy love. Speaking of which, more authors. The results of the award ceremony were delayed due to the war, but they finally come to light. And don't tell me I placed top 3. Let's see, you placed 6th in the up-and-coming authors category. Holy, questionable placement, but hey, I'll take it. I knew it. I knew I could do it if I tried. Talking to an official up-and-comer, Theodore. Congratulations. As your childhood friend, I knew how to in you. Even if I had to kick your butt up and down the street on numerous occasions because you'd called it quits. I even went so far as to manage your manuscript schedule and made you apologize to the relevant parties, but it worked out in the end. Yeah, I owe you one, Theodore. You have your own word to thank. I merely provided assistance. If you truly want to thank me, you'll manage your own progress and deadlines better next time. Got it? Yes, sir. Oh, it's so weird. Again, because this has been 3 years between Trails of Cold Steel 4 and Trails into Reverie, it is just going like, I couldn't describe the street to you before. Like, if you asked me before we did the stream, before I was on the street. But as soon as, like, I entered the street, I'm like, oh, okay, I know everything that's on here, where the people are. It's really weird how my memory recalls in that fashion. There are people that just know from the first bit. Just as motivated. He's capable of so much when he gives it his all. Glad he's motivated, yeah. Sure feels like Theodore always managed to argue me into a corner. Like up the road is the music store. The next store, in fact, right? The Revelts. Where we got the music box stuff, was it? What, we're still going to have our own final exam like it was originally scheduled in the syllabus. But what about all the classes that were cancelled because of the war? I don't recall ever talking about postponing it. Some might evaluate how far along your personal research has come. Besides, the war has been over for some time. It's only natural that our schedule would be caught up by now. No one ever told me. I thought it meant the school year would be extended for sure. That's why I've been slacking this semester. Please, Professor, you can't make us take the exam. I'm not ready. Frankly, my dear, I could postpone the exam by a decade, and I doubt you'd be any more ready than you are now. Can't remember the year of whatever it was for the thing that we did there, the quest that we did there. Miria would come crying to me with crocodile tears no matter how long I delayed the exam. This girl, I swear. Now I've got to get him to postpone the exam or I'm in deep trouble. I can't catch up with so little time left. Time to cram. Ooh, pancakes. The Academy had no choice but to cooperate with the Imperial government during the war. I felt so awful for all the students. It was obvious how much of a toll it took on them. But now, the things are as cheerful as ever. And Academy life is back to the way it should be. Double dialogue. How much money do I have? Try the recommended speciality. Fruitful pancakes is learned. Anything else to buy? The Battle of Jormungand has left its mark on Erebonian history despite lasting just a day. The time leading up to the war was particularly difficult between the supply requisition and draft, to say the least. Though as a historian, it was an honor to witness such a profound moment in our empire's history unfold before my eyes. No double dialogue there. Wonder who I can cook with at this point in time. Well, I don't have ingredients for... Oh, I can cook with people who aren't here as well, as long as they're class 7. I can't cook with Claire. Claire doesn't count. Be gone, Claire. Oh! Well, that's interesting. This here is a confirmation that the books are shared. We didn't know for certain, but now we do. It's not 2 separate books. Because we maxed these in the other... Like, in Lloyd's route. These books are shared, which means it will come together in that sense, too. Spoilers! This district is almost always bursting at the seams with tourists. But even some months later, things still aren't quite back to normal. Who would have guessed that our heroes might come together at some point to deal with the threat? I'm taking a walk with Grandma today. It's nice and warm and not a whole lot of people are out, so it's perfect. I saw Princess Alphen drop by the other day for inspections. She must be terribly busy with her post-war responsibilities, not to mention the matter with the Crown Prince, but she's lovely as ever. And the Prince got married not too long ago himself. The royal family never fails to put a smile on my face. Better than our one. Feels like we've been bombarded by nothing but bad news. It isn't easy to keep my head up some days. Seeing how the royal family holds themselves and now the wedding, I feel like I could press on. But to be honest, I would have liked it, the line of succession to hurry up. King Oliver. King Oliver. How? Why are there so many different kinds of fishing gear? Now, you're going to have a rough time out here if that's what's vexing you. Oh, we're paying the folks from Erin. Oh, hey, it's the Ashen Awakener and friends. What a small world. As a matter of fact, his sister Nina passed her test to become a wandering witch. Since she may end up traveling the outside world, Marjorie and I have been showing her the ropes. And while we were at it, we figured we'd drag a little brother along to see the outside world too. I might end up being a big help to Nina. Wow. Oh, just to be clear, I did a ton of studying to make sure I can get by here. I had no idea. You've really been going at it for the past several months. By the way, even I can sense mana when I use the pendulum Lady Rose gave me. I've been feeling a weird presence in that huge building over there. Can we really leave it like that? A strange presence. Pay it no mind. I was planning on checking out the museum anyway, but I gotta babysit this twerp, so my hands are more than full. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Gotcha. We'll see if we can take care of it ourselves. No, what's wrong with Dorothy? It's just Dorothy. She's just looking at something that's making her a bit... nosebleedy is the correct term, I guess. The nice way of saying it. There's sure a lot of people in the outside world. It's so cool. It's so exciting thinking about how I might be able to wander the world with Nina someday. Well, I'll be investigating things on my end, or as much as I can anyway. I'm sure you all have things to see to as well. Best of luck. Now, where's that guy who walked past us? He's got to be coming back up or down the street. Well, I guess I'll check from the bottom of the street now before heading up to the museum. So the Imperial Government, the Royal Family, the RF Company, and the 4 Great Houses paid massive reparations to the Republic, yeah? Financial losses incurred during the Civil War, losses from the Great War due to weapons manufacturing, now reparations. The Empire may still be one of 2 superpowers on the continent, but never has it been so weak. I'll be delusional to think otherwise. Much of this is self-inflicted, but it's horrific to witness all the same. The fact of the matter is, the Great War has weakened the Empire drastically. What a dreadful thing to see unfold. I got the position of the Revolt store wrong then in my memory. It's a private home, but we can go in it. Ooh, hello you two. If it isn't Rean in class 7, this would be your younger sister, right? Hi everyone, I never thought you'd all be dropping in like this. Sorry to barge in, it's good to see you again, Emily. You too, Theresia. Hello, my name is Elise Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you both. If I remember correctly, you both serve in the Imperial Air Force, yes? Are you here because of the incident in Crossbell? Good guess, but not quite. We're being transferred to the Joint Staff Office on recommendation from Supreme Commander Van Dyke. You are? That's great news, timing-wise. Though something tells me there's more to the story than that. Well, leave it to Rean to be as sharp as a tack. Something smells fishy and it ain't the Lake Aqueduct. We'd love to tell you what we know, honest, but it's still being treated as with top secrecy, even within the military. We promise we'll compare notes with you when the time comes, though. Good enough for me. I look forward to it. That out of the way, yeah, I'm pretty worried about what's happening in Crossbell. I know Elisa is probably okay, but the fact we haven't heard from her doesn't make it easier. I'm with you. We're in the dark thanks to the intelligence division being scaled back. It's so frustrating. All we can do is believe that she's somewhere safe right now and is okay. That's how I felt too. I know the friends we have there will never lose hope, no matter how grim the odds are. I can't imagine the old Class 7 being phased now of all times. You're right, there's no point in wringing our hands right now. Let's just do what we can from over here for now. That's right, there may be tough times ahead, so look after yourselves and don't push too hard. It's so hard to predict what will happen next. Thankfully, it looks like Ferris and the others are taking action too. For now, all we can do is coordinate with each other as best we can and put one foot in front of the other, come what may. Even if it was only while I had a little downtime at work, I'm glad I was able to visit Emily's house. They've done so much for me and taken such good care of me ever since the Civil War 2 years back. Now that I've seen her parents and little brother, it feels like I can finally move ahead without anything weighing me down. I'm charging into my work this afternoon at 110% power. I know Crossbell's in a tough spot right now, but I'm sure Elisa's hanging in there. Same goes for Toa and Machias. We've got to hang in there too and be ready. Let's finish up this break and get back to work. Roger that, Emily. You didn't have solo dialogue yourself though, Emily. Things in the army appear to be as hectic as ever, but at least the girls seem to be in good spirits. Today's going to be a good day, I reckon. It's even more lively than usual around here, and that always cheers me up. It's rare enough for Emily to find the time to come home, but I didn't expect to see Theresia too. Still, Mum's enthusiasm is beginning to concern me. At this rate, she'll make more cookies than we could ever eat. More cookies! Give me a cookie recipe. What a treat it is to have Theresia come by. I was starting to worry. She's been so busy since the war ended. Still, it's good to know both our girls are doing well. I'm so happy. I think I'm going to flex my baking muscles and make lots and lots of cookies. Cookies for the whole estate. Cookies for everyone. There's a good battering stick there. Let's just bustle into people's rooms. Whose room do you think is which? Okay, this must be the parents' room. Which means the kids have to sleep in the same room. Not even kids anymore. That's just the way it is, I guess. We'll never understand JRPG houses with the amount of occupants, will we? It's just not possible. Revolt & Co. Once the war ended, I decided to try picking up the harmonica for the heck of it. Before long, I found quite an affinity for it. Now that I'm good enough to play using sheet music, I decided to come here to buy some more. The obvious choice is definitely Amber and Moore, but it's so hard to choose. Who else has got dialogue here? That's what I'm wondering. Neomana, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Well, goodness me, it's the fine ladies and gentlemen of Fours. Master Michael and Lady Claire have told me bits and pieces of what you all have been up to. Oh, the Major's been by recently. Indeed, she's taken to showing herself here now as her work permits. I have to imagine it's because of all that happened. That harrowing as it most certainly was. With she and her cousin now on good terms again, it seems you can finally let go of her painful past and start moving forward. I see. I'm glad to hear it. Even without knowing every detail, it was really a complicated situation. Just happy it was able to be resolved so amicably. It pleased me to know and have Lady Claire visit us once again. I'm sure the former president feels relieved as he rests alongside the goddess. Nothing to buy here. Greetings, welcome to the Revealt Company. Believe it or not, I got this job because Kalinka put in a good word for me. As far as I know, she's outperforming at Matter Park today. If you have time, you should stop by and have a listen. I'm so happy being able to work while surrounded by all of these wonderful instruments. I can't thank Kalinka, or thank, really, enough for introducing me to the manager and helping me get a job here. I have been seeing a fair few typos so far at the start of this session. It's really throwing me. She can't think good enough. Yeah. So many instruments, brain, no work anymore. Strength plus 40, accuracy plus 100%, delay plus 4 for a Mishi music box. I'll buy it not just for the reason that it's good, but it's obviously the other reason to go with it as well. How many can I trade in? Okay, not that much. I need a bigger exchange rate, you know what I mean? I need the exchange rate. So do we want seal now for you, or accuracy to the max? I'm guessing you might have a hit quartz on you. You don't have any accuracy. Oh, okay. Mishi's music box it is then. I guess you'll have the seal one. Strength plus 40 ain't bad. He's got a fair bit of strength, and the added delay can't hurt us, can it? Can't hurt at all. Trying to read the chat now. My new setup. It's kind of weird having to look in a different section from where you guys are. Lake Lord and Co. I will have enough money with the Sepith Mass we have. There's Lord Blubble. During the war, I suffered huge losses as a result of the contributions I was obligated to make as a noble. But as long as I've got this trusty rod here, I'm okay. Fishing for me is simply a part of life. Look at this silk line. It's cheap but pliable. All I need to have a good day of fishing. It's blubble, blubble, blubble. During the war, I suffered huge losses as a result of the contributions. You're saying the same thing, Mr. Blubble Blubble.